Well, you tell me.
No, I'm asking.
I know you're asking, but we having a conversation.
I've talked at length. I don't want to hear.
But we having a conversation. Yeah. So you're saying whatever you're saying. So tell me more. How you concluded. I'm listening.
I want to know how you, on the grounds of what I said, those type of allegations.
Which one?
I listed a list.
Yeah, but the question is a list.
I'm not going to go back into my brain and go by one by one.
Should we focus just on Sharia law or something else?
I'm asking you a direct question. Was Muhammad possessed or bewitched by a jinn?
No.
Okay, on what grounds he wasn't bewitched by a jinn?
What grounds he wasn't?
What grounds? Yeah, how do you know that he wasn't possessed?
First of all, if I say he's not possessed by a jinn, the question, there's no grounds in which he's not possessed. He was not possessed.
How do you know he wasn't?
Are you saying he did?
I know he wasn't.
Are you saying he was possessed by a jinn?
It seems like he could have been possessed.
Sorry?
Because it seems like he could have been possessed.
It seems that. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
According there, he mentioned other gods.
Sorry?
He mentioned other gods.
Who mentioned other gods?
In that verse in the Quran, you know what they say? Manat al-Uzza.
What that have to do with anything?
Because they're saying that these gods came by way of his being bewitched, being possessed.
Okay. Manat and Uzza has something to do with bewitched and possessed?
It's in the Quran.
I'm not saying it's not in the Quran, but the way you presented it and you brought it together is very different to what I know. So Manat and Uzza is in Surah Nur.
Very different to what you know. But you still can't disprove that he wasn't possessed. And the fact that he wasn't, by Ibn Kamuna, who was a Middle Eastern Jew, and he said this man he didn't believe he was a prophet.
Who didn't believe he was a prophet?
Ibn Kamuna.
Right. Who is he?
He's a Jew, Middle Eastern, saying he wasn't a prophet based on traditions of Abraham.
Yeah.
None of those criteria fitted Muhammad for them to say he was a true prophet.
Okay.
Plus, he did things that the prophets before him did not do.
But were we talking about possession first?
Yeah.
So now we talk.
Wait. So I'm trying to say to you, it seems like he was possessed because they couldn't. Because the reason why I'm saying possessed, and you're not seeing the thread, is that the God he speaks about, Muhammad, is not the same God that the Israelites speak about that came before him. It's not the same God.
That might be so, and you might be right in everything that you said.
I'm with you.
Right. What I'm trying to say, you were making the conversations about Muhammad, peace be upon him, being possessed by a jinn. You make that claim. So before we go on to other topics, let's see if we could get some sort of foundation for that.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
No, the question.
No, that's what I'm trying to say to you.
This is what you're trying to say?
No,
you went off to something else.
I didn't go off to something else. I didn't.
Okay.
I'm trying to say to you, if the very book, they call it Bible and that, is a revelation from a deity, a God, and all those prophets before Muhammad confess the same God, and they say it's the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and they did what the Abraham did before them, and they had the same law, the law of Moses. And then Muhammad comes and he comes with another, he doesn't come with Mosaic law, he comes with Sharia law. And so, what's going on here? Is he talking to a new God? Because they can't be talking to the same God that the Israelites are talking to, because they would be doing what the Israelite prophets did before him. So, is it not fair to say he's talking to either a new God or he was possessed by a separate entity? Is that clear?
What is clear?
Is that how I structured what I just said? Is it clear?
But it is your view, and it's not for me to shape your argument. I am simply trying to understand your argument. Now, so if you're making the claim, and I think you are making the claim, that Muhammad was possessed by a jinn, is that a claim you're making?
He was praying to a new God. Possessed by a jinn?
All right. So
wait, hold on.
Okay.
New God? Jinn God? Pagan God? Whatever God. Whether he took the God from the 360 idols in the Kaaba and said it's the God, it's not the same God as the God they did before. Because he did something different. What part do you not understand?
No, let him respond.
I hear both arguments, and I take it that you do not want to pursue the argument or the conversation that Muhammad was possessed by a jinn. So now we're shifting towards a new topic, and the topic you're talking about is the God that Muhammad worshipped. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah.
Wait,
Am I making a new argument?
all right, let's say.
What is it that he's not getting? What he's not?
Well, you are going all over the place.
No, I'm not.
No.
Because look,
I'm impartial.
I'm trying to say to you, am I sticking with the same topic?
Yeah.
Have I gone anywhere off that topic? Did I say that Muhammad came after and he's meant to be the final prophet? And I said that he did what the prophets before him didn't do. So is it fair to say he was praying to either he's bewitched, possessed by another spirit, but he's not praying to the same God that they prayed to?
Do you hold the view that Muhammad was possessed by a jinn?
Well, the whole question really is, did Muhammad exist in the first place?
Yeah, that's
All right.
Well, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Was he praying to? Was he praying to the same God?
I'm not sure. To answer your question.
No. We're not going to
asking you a question.
We're not going to get into if he did.
Because the topic, I didn't choose the topic. The brother here chose the topic. Muhammad was possessed by a jinn.
Well, it was the Islamic dilemma, to be fair.
So,
No,
Well,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Alright.
Was Muhammad
That's what I'm saying,
possessed by-
this
was
is not
Muhammad
going
possessed-
very far.
Was Muhammad possessed by a jinn? And you said no. And I said to you, on what grounds is it?
are we talking about, was Muhammad possessed by a jinn?
That's what I said to you.
Okay, so do you have evidence for it?
If you believe Muhammad was possessed by a jinn,
David, a list of things, right? It's like I'm talking to myself here.
you are talking to yourself.
No.
If
I said
Muhammad,
to you,
you're making
if
a claim.
If he did what the prophets did before him, then he would be. It's fair to say he was talking to the same God.
I understand what you're trying to say.
All right. He would be talking to the same God because he would be of the line of successors, and all the prophets before him did the same thing in tandem with the Torah.
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad did not do things in tandem with the Torah. He's the only one that came with another law
And diverted it.
and diverted. So by his own standards, by his own Abrahamic standards, he is guilty of innovation, bid'ah, which is a no-no according to the Israelites. So he says that he is the final prophet, and he claims prophecy and prophethood. And then I say to you, so on what grounds did he do? Where can I verify this? Where? No, hold on. Let me find. And then he says he doesn't. And then it
He's
doesn't.
gonna walk
then
away
it doesn't-
otherwise.
Okay, boom.
I had enough.
If you monologue,
I'm gonna take a break.
But he doesn't seem to get where I'm coming from.
because you keep saying the same thing over and over again. Right, listen, please respond.
Listen, if we want to talk about the God that Muhammad worshipped, we're open to have a fair conversation about it. And we can also look of the God of Abraham, the God of Moses, and the God of Muhammad. And let's try to have a conversation on that. But the prior conversation the gentleman had, he's making the claim that Muhammad was possessed by a jinn. So let us have a conversation on that. If we don't want to have a conversation on that, that's fine. Let's look at the God of Muhammad. If you want to look at the God of Muhammad and see who is this God of Muhammad. So Muhammad, if this is the conversation we having. This is the conversation you want to have?
Well, it wasn't mine. I was talking about the Islamic dilemma.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. You two. Have a nice conversation.
Sorry?
Listening.
One point at a time. Don't.
I'm not. I'm listening. He said no.
Okay, so I think let me just make it succinct. You're
He
saying.
knows what he said, and he knows what I said. I want him to talk.
Okay, I think.
I spoke at length.
I think he'll want you to respond. Muhammad's teaching doesn't go in line with the Torah. That means he's not preaching on the same God. Yes?
It's not the same
Okay.
God.
All right.
Respond to that, yeah?
So he must.
So-
He must have been possessed by a different spirit.
Okay, so yeah, respond to that.
right.
Not him. Not he might. He was possessed by a different spirit.
Let me respond to that.
You're making a point that Muhammad was possessed by a particular spirit.
A different spirit. Not the same as the one.
What is this spirit Muhammad was possessed by?
Not the same as the one that came from the Israelites.
When you say the Israelites, it's a general term. Can you be specific?
The people of the Torah.
All right. The people of the Torah, they believe in one God?
They said it. They believed in one God.
So the people of the Torah believe in one God. Did Muhammad claim that he believed in one God?
How does that confirm that him being an authentic prophet?
All right.
According to Abraham,
my friend.
Wait. How does that confirm that he is an authentic prophet because he believes in one God? He could believe to one God, he could be praying to some jinn.
First of all, I'm not trying to change your mind or your position or your belief. I'm not trying to do that.
Thank you.
You can present your argument and I present my argument.
Okay.
The conversation we're trying to have as mature men is that we're trying to understand who the God of Muhammad was in relation to the God of previous prophets, the children of Israel.
I'm with you.
So the God of the children of Israel was a God who all of the children of Israel claimed to be one God. Muhammad claimed that his God, who is Allah, is one God. Can we have an agreement on that?
I don't.
Yeah, we had
The way you're trying to put that you believe in one God. What does that? How does that make him authentic as a prophet?
So first of all, if someone is a prophet from God, in line with previous prophets, number one, they must have a clear understanding of who God is and who God is not. That's number one. And number two, you cannot have a God, worshiping a God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, who have multiple personalities and divided into multiple gods. The God of Abraham, authentically narrated, has never claimed to have multiple gods. The Greeks agree in that. The Hindus have that view. The Egyptology has that view. But when it comes to the Abrahamic faith clearly claims that the God of Israel is one God. Muhammad, peace be upon him, came and he claimed that the God he is worshipping is one God. Can we have a mutual understanding on that before we go further?
What is the name? What is the name of the God that Muhammad is worshipping?
Right. If you don't want to answer the question, I'll just move on.
I'm answering the question.
No,
you keep saying you believe in one God.
So we cannot agree.
No. But you keep on trying to. You're trying to make what I'm trying to listen to, and I'm hearing, and the undertones that you're trying to make a claim for monotheism. I'm trying to say to you, he could be talking to a jinn. I don't know what he's talking.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to what he's talking
so he's praying to one God.
My friend, he's making a claim.
Yeah.
The word is a claim.
With you.
Muhammad, peace be upon him, made a claim that he is worshipping one God.
Okay.
And he's a messenger of that one God.
Okay.
And that same God is the same God that Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and prophets before him worship. He's making that claim.
Okay,
now the question is, whether you accept it or you reject it, the question is, in honesty, is he making that claim? To the best of your knowledge, did Muhammad make that claim? He's making that claim. Right. So Muhammad did not make a claim that he's worshipping a God other than the God of Abraham, Jesus, and Moses. So he's making a claim of ideological connection to Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad.
I don't know, you just try to do some move there.
I'm diverting.
You've done a sidestep. He's made a claim. He's making a claim that he's worshipping one God, and he believes that he's in line with the prophets that came before him. However,
is that a correct? Is that a claim he made?
However,
I'm asking a question.
Hold on. Muhammad was born a pagan. They had 360 idols.
What does it mean somebody's born a pagan?
Allah was one of the 360 gods.
My friend, explain to me how somebody's born a pagan.
He was born into a paganistic family.
That's different to being born a pagan. He's born in a paganistic society. Let me ask you a question. Listen. If he's born a pagan, when he's born, pagan isn't inside of him. If you're born in a pagan society, Abraham was born from a paganistic society. Does that make Abraham a pagan? It's a flawed argument, my friend. Now, listen.
I know what you're trying to do.
You.
I know what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
But it's not helping. Muhammad wasn't a Jew.
Are we having a...
No, Muhammad wasn't a Jew.
He doesn't have to be a Jew.
He wasn't a Christian.
He doesn't have to be a Christian. Jesus was not a Christian.
He wasn't.
Jesus was not a Christian, so he doesn't have to be a Christian.
Of course he wasn't a Christian.
Jesus was not a Christian.
Christ, they followed him.
Jesus was not a Christian. Muhammad was not a Christian. So we agree on that. We agree on that. So the question is,
there's Arab Christians.
Are we talking about the God of Muhammad? Do you want to have a conversation about the God of Muhammad? All right, then you carry on. Go on.
There was Christian Arabs in Arabia. Muhammad wasn't one of them. There was Arab Jews in Arabia. Muhammad wasn't one of them. There was Zoroastrians in Arabia. Muhammad wasn't one of them.
I agree with that.
So Muhammad.
You're confirming my point.
So Muhammad is fair to say he was a pagan.
What makes a person a pagan?
Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
What makes a person a pagan?
What makes a person a pagan? That they are of the customs of paganism. They were multiple gods. Allah hasn't been introduced yet.
Slow down, my
friend. It's part of the 360 idols in the Kaaba. Was Allah one of the 360 gods in the Kaaba? 360.
I'm trying to establish a fact that Muhammad, you claiming Muhammad was a pagan. He's born a pagan, that's what you said. And I'm saying no human being is born a pagan. You could born in a paganistic society, like Abraham was born in a paganistic society, but Abraham was not a pagan. Muhammad, peace be upon him, never worshipped idols, so he was never a pagan. That's not true. Now, the question is,
see what you're doing is very hypocritical. Because if you speak to if you ask a Muslim,
what is hypocritical?
Is somebody born a Muslim? Is somebody born a Muslim?
If somebody,
yeah,
what does that mean? That's not even a question.
Is someone
My friend,
born a Muslim?
There's a belief in Islam that all human beings are born with a pure nature.
That's what
and that. Well, I'm answering. Yeah.
Are people
do you want to hear?
Listen,
do you want to hear the answer?
I'm listening.
The Muslims believe that all human beings are born on a pure nature, and a pure nature means submission and connection to God. That's what we call a Muslim. A Muslim only means that the human being is born with a pure nature. That is exactly what it means. Now, I'm asking you a question.
So you don't need the Quran to be a Muslim. If everybody just needs to be born with a pure nature,
you're born with a pure nature.
So you don't need the Quran to be Muslim.
They're born with a pure nature.
You don't need to take Shahada.
Now, let us go back to the main topic.
No. I just asked you a question. You said a person can be born, all a person is born with a pure nature, pure heart, pure this, pure that, and they submit to one God. So you don't need the Quran to be a Muslim.
You want me to answer?
I'm waiting for you to answer.
We're not fighting.
I know, but I'm listening to you. I'm
listening
listening to you, brother.
We're not fighting.
So you don't.
I'm just trying to accept.
I'm listening.
Are we talking about God?
No, of course we are. We haven't moved.
We're talking about God.
We haven't moved anywhere. Let us
look at the God of Abraham.
No.
No.
And
what if I don't want?
No. You need to answer. You need to answer. You're an honest man, and I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
And I asked you.
But you're asking me a question. You already know the answer.
No. I don't know the answer.
Are we here to glorify God?
No.
You want to glorify God?
Brother.
You here to glorify God?
Listen, you're my guy and his brother, yeah? I like you, yeah? And I'm trying to say to you, yeah? We have to be honest with ourselves.
All right. Yes.
I'm trying to say to you. Right.
We're here to glorify God.
I hear you. We're here to honor His name. We're here to pursue truth.
Right.
And I'm trying to say to you.
The truth is,
I'm trying to say to you.
let us describe the God of Israel. And let us describe the God that Muhammad claimed to follow, the God that he claimed to serve, the God that he claimed to worship. Let us look at the God of Israel. The God of Israel, was it a Trinity God? Is it multiple gods, or was it one God? The God of Israel. And the God of Israel, did it legislated laws as Moses brought laws. And if you look at the laws of Moses, you look at the laws of Muhammad, you will see a comparable similarity between the exact same thing.
Comparable similarity doesn't mean the same. And I like the fact that you mentioned Moses, because you cannot erase the past. And everything that Islam is today is dependent upon the Bible and the Israelites that came before him. Since he hasn't been in line with the Torah, the law of Moses, the only law that the Abrahamic people have ever known, he, by his own historical standards, is guilty, it's fair to say, of bid'ah, making innovations, because he's created a new calendar, a new law, a new way of doing things, and he has done, Prophet Muhammad has done, what no other the prophets before him have done. They've been practicing Hajj, Ramadan, and all these new customs that don't exist in any of the Israelite patriarchs. This is a whole new religion. So we still we still get back to the beginning.
Tell me 5 unique description of the God of Israel. And then we're going to look at the God of Israel and see if Muhammad claims to be following the same God. All we're trying to establish is one fact. Is the God of Muhammad the same God of the God of Israel? And I'm simply asking, number 1, the God of Israel claims to be God of one. It's a one God. It's a God that does not have any shape and any form. It's a God that is not human. It's a God that is independent. It's a God that is all-knowing. Now let us look at the God of Muhammad. The God of Muhammad that Muhammad claimed to be worshipping, who he claimed to be serving. Let's look at the characteristics and the nature of the God of Muhammad, and you will see what Muhammad claimed to be worshipping matches the God of Israel, Bani Israel. So tell me now, to the best of your knowledge,
The characteristics?
describe to me in 5 ways the God of Israel.
No. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is this. Yeah.
All right, don't do that.
See, you got this tree here. You know what they say? You know a tree by the fruit it bears. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I looked at the tree of Islam, innit? And this is what I saw with the tree of Islam. I'm being very honest with you. I saw racism. I saw terrorism. I saw child marriage. I saw wife beating.
I can address these issues.
Yeah. How is that?
I can address these issues. Listen, there's no issue you have on your plate that I am scared to address with honesty. The question is this. We started a conversation. Muhammad was not worshipping the same God of Abraham. And I'm just slow down. I am saying to you, let us look at 5 descriptions of the God of Abraham and Moses. You describe them to me, and I will present to you the description of the God of Muhammad. Tell me, describe to me the God of Israel and the God of Abraham. Describe that God to me. When you describe that God, I will present to you a description of the God of Muhammad.
Yeah. Yeshua. Listen, the prophet before Muhammad is Yeshua.
Not interested in that.
Okay, but I'm breaking down something.
You're breaking it down because are you a straight shooter?
No.
Are you a straight shooter?
Slavery is permissible in Islam.
I am a slave.
No, I didn't say that.
I am a slave.
I didn't say that. Slavery.
You are a slave.
No.
You are a slave.
No.
You are a slave.
No. Don't run it. In Mauritania right now, according to and it's an Islamic country, they hold slaves.
Okay.
They still trade slaves. I'm trying to say to you, in Islam, slavery is permissible.
Yes.
They didn't abolish slavery. They still practice slavery.
Yes.
Not you are a slave to a god. Don't try to shoehorn this new experience.
Listen. You see the concept of slavery? It's open book and open season for me. I'm ready for it. But the question is this.
In Islam, they practice. In Islam,
my friend, listen.
In Islam,
this is not about slavery. You know this is about.
No.
This is about.
You said to me, name 5 things, right?
No, I'm saying.
I mentioned slavery.
Slavery. Listen, I'm asking you to describe the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, the God of Moses. Describe that God to me in 5 qualities. In 5 qualities, describe the God of Abraham, Moses, and the God of Israel. Clear. Can you do that? Direct, straight to the point.
I told you. Direct is the God of Israel had 10 commandments. As law. Well,
That's not describing the God.
It is because the God spoke to Moses and gave him 10. The God of Muhammad gave him Sharia.
What's the difference between Sharia and commands?
What's the difference between Sharia and the law of Moses?
Yes, what's the difference?
Because Muslims, they have a different...
You tell me a Muslim. What is the difference between Sharia and the 10 commandments of Moses?
Israelites follow the Sabbath. Muslims
What Israelites talking about?
It's part of the commandments.
My friend, we're deviating from the point.
No.
And I get it, you don't have the answer. I get it, you don't have the answer.
Go and get the Bible.
Doesn't have the answer.
Go and get the Bible.
You send a champion, he's not doing well.
I'm telling you,
Fail.
he's now trying.
I'm asking a direct question.
You're running away because you don't know the law.
Which question? Which question?
Listening.
Which question?
One of the laws of the commandments is to keep the Sabbath. You don't.
Are we talking about laws, or are we talking about
10 commandments?
Muhammad was worshipping the same God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus.
You're jumping around. You don't know.
You don't want to talk about God.
You don't know.
You don't want to talk about God.
You don't know.
Do you want to talk about the God of Israel? Describe to me the God of Israel.
Every time I give you an answer, you keep running.
You can't. I can describe to you the God of Muhammad. I can.
Describe it. Let's go on.
You want to help him? Try helping him.
No. Describe it.
Neutral. Nobody's neutral. No one is neutral.
No,
listen. I said to my friend. No, I said to my friend before. The God of Abraham is a God that calls to believe that God is one God.
So that's your argument?
Can I finish? No, I'm trying to describe.
Allah's meant to be the same God as the God of Israel?
If you want to disprove of it, present an evidence. You have no evidence. You have no evidence.
I'm going by the fruit that a tree bears. And the fruit that the Muslim tree bears is not the same fruit that the Israelite tree bears.
Okay.
It can't be the same.
Okay, I agree.
They had a custom that they followed. The Muslim Muhammad deviated from that custom. Then I ask you a question.
Well, come and help out here. We need some help.
Then I ask you.
He's an atheist.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't tell you what I was. So don't assume. So now I ask you.
What is your belief?
No. Stay on topic. Then
I cannot ask you
No.
to believe.
I'm asking you.
You just said me and you from the Caribbean. You just said you like me, and I cannot ask you to believe.
But you're running,
You have to
bro.
tell me to
You're
believe.
running, bro.
You have to
You're
tell me to
running, bro.
believe.
No, hold on one second.
I'm loving you.
I'm trying to say to you.
I'm not running.
I worship,
If I'm running, I'm going across there.
I worship nature. What I'm trying to say.
You worship nature.
Nature. Yeah.
That's why you can't help him.
No,
You push him in the ring and you can't help him. He worships nature.
That's why you're running.
He wants to argue about the God of Abraham and he worships nature.
So is God nature?
So he worshipping himself.
So is God nature?
Is yourself nature?
No.
You're worshipping yourself.
I'm a part of nature. You're a part of nature.
You're worshipping yourself.
No.
No, we
We're part of
worship.
nature.
We worship the creator of nature. Exactly.
You worship the gods. You worship the gods.
That's what you said.
You worship the gods. That was once a part of a pagan pantheon.
Listen, let us challenge.
Hold on.
Let us challenge Muhammad.
360 gods. They got rid of 359. They kept one.
Who got rid of them?
Yes, they did in Arabia.
Who?
Oh.
Who got rid of them?
Muhammad got rid of.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it. Doesn't make it. that he wasn't a pagan
Listen,
god.
you know what I come here and argue in Speaker's Corner? Muhammad is the greatest champion and the destroyer of idol worship. In Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian Peninsula, when Muhammad came, you just admitted 365 gods was in the Kaaba.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Now,
they
and you said, they. You didn't say Muhammad. Muhammad and his beliefs and his community eradicated the 365 God and called mankind to worship one God. So I like how you said it there, but you didn't say Muhammad. My friend, my beloved friend, listen, you're worshiping nature and you come to...
Don't worship. No, listen.
You just told me you're worshiping nature.
You give reverence to nature.
Going to the bathroom is nature.
Yeah, everything is
Go-
nature.
right. So you worship that?
Because you can't live without water.
Who created nature?
Your God is a pagan god, bro.
Okay, all right, listen, I get that part.
Everything is nature. You worship nature. In this sense.
No, listen, slow down.
If we got rid of all the trees on the planet, yeah.
Well,
Everybody will die. Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh. They will all die if you got rid of all the trees.
if you get rid of a lot of things, all of us will die.
yeah.
If you get rid of the sun, we'll all die. So it's not just the tree and the sun. But you don't worship nature.
Nature, yes you do.
No, you don't.
Yes you do.
You do. You worship
your
nature.
Allah's only one.
You worship nature.
Your Allah's only
Your
one.
bowels is nature. Your bowels is nature. You made a claim, you worship nature. Your bowels is worship. Do you worship your bowels?
Nature's been around forever. Your Allah's only 1,400 years.
What authority do you have to talk about the God of Abraham and you worship your bowels?
It's not the God of Abraham. You worship a God that was pagan, that was 360. You took one out of. You got rid of 359.
Who got rid of the 359?
That's not going to help you because
it is helping me.
No, it isn't. Because Muhammad is not in line with the Israelite.
I am arguing.
The Israelite doctrine.
Right. I am arguing.
You haven't proven that.
All right. I am arguing, which you helped me to argue, that Muhammad was the greatest eradicator of paganism in Saudi Arabia.
He was a deviant.
He destroyed idol worship.
He was a deviant of the Torah.
All right.
He didn't do in line with the previous prophets.
Yes.
He came up with his own thing. He took a bit of knowledge from Christians. He took a bit from Jews. He took a bit from Zoroastrians.
Did he take anything from you?
And then he took a bit
from you?
He took a bit from the pagans.
And
then he took.
Which part he took from the pagans?
And he stirred it like a
Which part?
stew. He stirred it. Listen. He stirred it like a stew. He came up with a new religion, and it's been ruling for the last 1,400
You think what you
years.
just said? You think that is intelligence? I think what you just described, you think that's an intelligent conversation?
I know it's very factual.
No, you think it's intelligent?
No, it's very factual.
Well, let's talk about facts.
Yeah, that Muhammad wasn't in line with the Israelite.
Just a minute. Let's talk about facts.
That he wasn't in line with the Jewish Torah.
All right. You want to talk about that?
So he was a deviant.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Jews' Torah.
Yeah. So he was guilty of bid'ah.
The Jews' Torah, Bani Israel, the Torah. Some things, the teachings of Muhammad, he upheld, and some things he changed. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah.
Is that a fair comment?
Yes, it's a fair comment. And by whose authority did he change?
The question, Muhammad claimed...
So-called Jesus Christ, Yeshua said of
Muhammad,
the Torah, he said, Yeshua said, I did not come to change the law, I came to fulfill it. He said, not one dot, no one tittle. Then Muhammad came after, he changed, he took things from the law that he wanted, he got rid of something else, and he created a new religion. Is he not, by his own standards, he's not guilty of bid'ah?
What book are you
making innovations?
What book are you reading about Muhammad?
Because he prayed 5 times a day.
Do you think it's a fair question for me to ask you, with all due respect, what book are you reading regarding Muhammad?
Look at your Quran.
I'm not. That's fine. I'm a Muslim. Look at my Quran. I take that as good advice. I appreciate that. I'm asking an honest question. Heart to heart. Caribbean Quran. What book are you reading regarding Muhammad?
Just open your Quran. Go and get my Quran. Go and get my.
Just open my Quran.
Please, somebody get him a Quran, please. And let's get him a Bible. And let's see if the text marries.
My friend.
Marries up. Hold on. That's the only way we can do it, innit? The only way you measure a Jew is with the Torah. The only way you measure a Christian is with the New Testament.
Muhammad
and the only way you measure a Muslim is with the Quran. So let's get a Quran and let's get a Bible and let's see if the same God of the Quran is the same God of the Bible.
I'm asking you a question. What book are you reading regarding the life of Muhammad?
You're running now.
I can't ask a question.
No, but I'm trying to say to you. This
I cannot ask a question.
We judge
you think it's a fair question?
No.
You think my question is a fair question?
No, you know why?
It's not a fair question.
Because you judge a fruit. If you want to know about what the religion is, you judge it by what it's produced.
Let's judge the fruits of Muhammad. Right. Muhammad met a society.
Muhammad was a sinner.
All right. Okay, we're good. All right. Make all your claims about Muhammad and give me an opportunity to reply.
Okay.
I agree with you, Muhammad was a sinner. There's no disagreement. Okay. So if you want to repeat that over and over, we're saying the same thing?
We don't need to repeat it. We're adults.
No, adults. Right. Now, so good. Now, let's not. Muhammad, peace be upon him. I am saying Muhammad eradicated all the idol worship in his time and reduced the Arabian Peninsula and borders to one belief in one God.
Agreed.
Do you agree that's a fact?
Agreed.
As a fact?
Agreed.
As a fact?
Yes.
So how
does that make him an offensive prophet?
Second, now listen, I'm only saying that to establish one fundamental point. Number one, Abraham, peace be upon him, was born in a paganistic society, in a paganistic family, and Abraham eradicated idol worship in his time. So you could see a pattern between Muhammad actions and Abraham actions. Third point is this. Let us look at the God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Let us look at 5 qualities, 5 attributes of the God of Bani Israel, and let's look at the God that Muhammad claimed to be worshipping. And if we can make that claim analysis, we could compare and see whether or not Muhammad's claiming the same God of Abraham, Moses, and
I don't know, I hear you. You're reaching though like a basketball player. You're reaching for the net, and the more you reach, it's still.
But is that an intelligent response?
It's an intelligent response.
Is it?
It's an attempt, but you're reaching.
That's entertainment.
No, but I know.
Reaching for basketball is entertainment. I'm having a.
You're attempting, to say.
Describe to me the God of Israel, the God of Bani Israel, the God of Bani Israel, the God of Moses and Jacob and Israel. Has a description, and I said to you, I mentioned the description of the God of Israel, and I said to you, Muhammad made a claim that he's worshiping the exact same God, and I would like you to disprove.
Can I respond?
Yes, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna slow it down.
Go on.
The only way you're gonna know the nature of a religion or a belief is by the text, the holy book that it offers. If the Muslim is measured by the Quran and the Jew is measured by the Torah, Christians are measured by the New Testament, then let's bring these textbooks and you will see, without a shadow of a doubt, the God of the Quran cannot be the same God that the God of the Bible is, because they bring new innovations.
Who's it they?
The Muslims have a new innovation, a new criteria based upon how they measure themselves.
Can I strengthen your argument? I want to strengthen your argument.
Okay, but which is not what the prophets before him did. There was only one law, and that was the law of Moses.
Right.
The only prophet that came with a new law.
Right. Can I strengthen your argument?
With a deviation.
Can I support your argument?
Muhammad.
Give me an opportunity to support your argument.
I know, but you got to let me finish.
Well, carry on then.
So I'm going to drive that one home.
Right.
The only prophet. Now, how many prophets there is in the Israelite canon? There is, I think there's 72 prophets. Right? In the Israelite Torah, in the Israelite canon. The only, I want to say this again, the only prophet that deviated from those who came before him is Muhammad. So it's fair to say that he did something contrary to the prophets before him? Under whose authority did he do that? If Yeshua said, not one dot, not one tittle, I did not come to change the law, I came to fulfill it, so what's Muhammad doing with the new law? He's explained.
He's a sheikh. He's a sheikh.
He finished now. He's down.
He has some.
I'm waiting for his response.
Yeah.
I just say I want the opportunity to support you when you said the God of Muhammad is different to the God of the New Testament. I want to support you in that.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, for example, the God of the Bible says that God begets sons and daughters. The Quran denies that. Secondly, the God of the Bible claims that God, when he saw the sins of man, he wept, he cried, and he regretted for making man. The God of the Quran, God does not regret, nor does he weep, because God is all-knowing. He foresees everything. Now, if you look again at the God of the Bible, I'm just strengthening your point, where the God of the Bible is so different to the God of the Quran. So the God of the Bible makes the claim.
Listen. They're not talking about what we're talking about.
So the God of the Bible is very different to the God of the Quran.
Well said.
Right.
Well said, I agree.
So it's very different.
Very
Quran is all-knowing. He does not beget anything, and he's all-knowing. So the God is two different gods. Now, can you appreciate the difference between the two different gods of the New Testament and the Quran?
Yes, I can. I agree with you. Because one God we can say was from Abrahamic prophecy or prophetic tradition, and one God, Allah, came by way of bid'ah, innovation, deviation from the Torah.
That's what you gather from the conversation?
That's what I gathered. It could only be because he's the only prophet that did things that the prophets before him didn't do. He came up with new customs.
Name me 5 things.
You keep saying this, yeah? All
right, I take that back. I take that back.
And I name things.
I take it back. I take it back.
Muslims do rituals.
Let us look.
Wait. Muslims do rituals. Like they do Ramadan, they do Hajj, and then they make the claim that before Muhammad, all the other prophets, they were Muslim by way of their submission. They prayed to one God, etc., etc.
Do you disagree with that?
I do disagree, because I'm asking.
Explain to me.
I'm going to explain to you why.
Why you disagree?
Because look,
that previous prophets did not submit to one God, and that word of submitting to one God in Arabic is called Muslim.
Because the people before Muhammad, the Israelites, did not pray 5 times a day. They not face Mecca when they pray.
How do you know that?
I know that.
How?
They face
How? Where you get the information from?
Because Israelite doctrine says they face Jerusalem.
What Israelite doctrine? Show me where you can guide me Israelite doctrine. I need to go and find the Israelite doctrine.
You got a phone? You got a phone on you there right now?
Tell me.
You type in, what direction did the Jews...
So you're talking about a phone? No. So information,
Google.
Knowledge...
Research, technology.
What technology? I'm not researching technology.
So you don't... Wait. So you don't even... You as a learned man, as an educated man, you don't know that the Jews faced Jerusalem to pray?
My friend,
telling me?
We are having an honest conversation.
No, but I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, can I answer? Do you want me to respond? You're bringing information to me, and I have a duty to test the credibility of the information. I have the ability, I must know where you're getting the information from. And when you're bringing information to me and ask me, do you have your phone? Google. I'm saying that's not an intelligent conversation.
I think you're intelligent. I think you're being somewhat bit devious. Because Prophet Muhammad changed the direction of prayer from Jerusalem to Mecca.
We don't disagree on that.
Yeah. So then you don't need me to further confirm to you that the Jews...
That point is right.
That the Jews faced Jerusalem to pray.
They used to.
And I'm trying to say to you, the Jews faced Jerusalem to pray.
I don't agree with that.
Prophet Muhammad's doing something else by doing his own thing in Mecca.
Yes.
I'm saying to you, again, the reason why they're making all these changes is trying to deviate from what was there before them, according to their history. The Israelites got it right. Muhammad came with a new innovation. He unified his people. He mixed paganism with Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Christianity. He stirred it like a stew, came up with a new religion. and he's doing his own thing.
But that's not polite.
No, I know.
It comes across as rude.
It comes.
Now, there are
okay.
people here who are Muslims, and the way you're describing the faith will come across rude.
I
And
don't intentionally want to be rude
You
to them.
turn their heart away.
when you
So that,
intentionally come rude,
that comes
what do you
across.
expect?
You don't want to come across like that.
Okay, yeah, it's true. I don't intentionally want to do that.
Our parents,
But I have,
now,
I
for
have
example,
to, I have to spit facts.
my mother is not here. My mother is in America. But she wouldn't want to know that I'm describing someone else's faith with that kind of language, that kind of description. It's not polite.
Okay.
So if we coming from you believe in nature.
Yeah. But you know what's so
You believe in
interesting?
nature.
You know what's so interesting?
You believe in nature.
Listen.
So nature is gentle to the human beings. Nature is in service to the human beings.
Not always.
Right.
You got harsh winters.
Yeah.
You got have you seen sometimes when the thunder when it sounds how
What is
how
your
loud
closing
to-
remarks?
how to-
What is your
how-
closing
how loud
remarks?
to the ears.
What is your closing remarks?
Okay. I'll be compassionate. I'll be lenient. I'll be fair. I'm not saying that there isn't some good qualities with Muhammad and what his attempt, his agenda was, which is unifying the Arabs, which is a very noble attempt.